It was a controversial decision the last time these two heavyweights battled here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The final seconds of their fight, unbeaten Michael Dokes facing you with only one setback. He was unbeaten in Ossie Ocasio with only one loss. Fought to a draw despite the fact that many ringside observers were of the opinion that Ocasio had won the fight. So today, they'll go at it again in another scheduled 10-rounder. And there they are in their respective dressing rooms. On the left, Ossie Ocasio, 14 wins, 1 loss, and that 1 draw with 10 knockouts. And Michael Dokes on the right, still undefeated, 17-0 with 1 draw and 8 knockouts. And good afternoon, pal. No air conditioning. We have air conditioning at Roberto Clemente Coliseum. But right now, let's go back to that first fight, April 19th. And here it is, round 1, and Dokes looked good in this round.
Yes, he did. Most of the times in the first round, fellas try to feel each other out. And that's the way they started out here. Dokes was moving around. Ocasio was feinting. Dokes is looking for an opening right now. Hell, all of a sudden, there it is. 2 good, solid left hooks. And that swung around for Dokes. Here it is again. Left hook on the chin and another one right on the button. It was a good round from Mike Dokes.
But things were different in the second round. And watch the lunging lead right hand by Ossie Ocasio, who stung Michael Dokes. And this was one of the best rounds for Ocasio.
Well, he throws punches from funny angles. If you give him distance, he's very, very dangerous.
Once again, this is round 3, and you can see where Dokes was having a lot of trouble, frustrated by Ocasio's awkward crouching style.
Well, you know, he does have an awkward style. He's tough to figure out. There he's throwing that left hook, lands it, and right on the button.
But the best round of all for Michael Dokes was the 7th round. You see the punishment he dished out against the rope.
Well, this is the way I would have Dokes fight Ocasio, inside. Mike's hands are much faster. He puts his punches together better, and he smothers those wide punches of Ocasio's. Here he is again. You see him putting his punches together pretty well. Left hook underneath. There was a low right hand. Another left hook to the body. Back over to the body again and back up on the chin. Much better inside, Michael Dokes.
But that was his best round. He did well at 5, 6, and 7 after a couple of even rounds. You're going to see round 10. A lot of people thought Ocasio won based on round 10. Watch this tremendous left hook that jarred Michael Dokes. One of the biggest punches of the fight.
Well, there was a left hook with every bit of Ocasio's weight behind it, right on the button, and Dokes took it. He can take some punch. That's quite an asset to have when you're a heavyweight.
All right, the first time they fought, Michael Dokes was in Puerto Rico for only 1 week. I think he's better prepared. He's lighter than he was the last time.
Yes, about 10 pounds lighter. He's been here 3 weeks. The heat isn't a factor. I think it's all going to be strategy, though. I think Mike has to fight him inside. If he fights him inside, I think he may take him out.
The setting right now, this is the rematch. Here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Michael Dokes and Ossie Ocasio, their heavyweight careers perhaps on the line. Welcome to the Sports Spectacular.
The CBS Sports Spectacular. Today's show is sponsored by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. Oldsmobile 1980 Delta 88, our American family car. And by the folks at Kentucky Fried Chicken, who want you to feel good about a meal.
All right, back at San Juan's Roberto Clemente Coliseum, and the two fighters are in the ring. Ossie Ocasio, once again, a record 14 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. Ossie, do you think you won the first fight with Michael Dokes, and why?
Waldo, ¿tú crees que tú ganaste la primera pelea con Michael y por qué?
Porque para mí yo di los mejores golpes y fueron más rounds que yo le gané y no sé por qué dieron la pelea empate.
He says, I got the best punches, I won the more rounds, and I don't know how they made it a tie.
What mistakes did you make?
¿Qué errores tú cometiste?
Yo no vi ningún error en mí.
No, él no vio, he never saw any errors in him.
What about this afternoon? Dokes is going to be considerably lighter than he was the last fight, when the heat obviously got to him. May not be the case today here in the Coliseum.
Esta tarde, Dokes va a ser más liviano y puede ser que el calor no le afecte tanto como la última vez. ¿Qué tú crees?
Para mí es lo mismo como la otra vez, que esta vez, y como si vuelve a hablar conmigo, por otra oportunidad más también.
He says it's the same, it'll be the same as the last time. You have the same lights. It'll be air conditioned, but the lights will still be just as hot.
Ossie Ocasio ranked 10th by the WBC, and there is Michael Dokes. Right now, he is the third-ranked contender according to the WBC, unranked by the WBA, and we asked him the same question we asked Ocasio about their first fight April 19th. Michael Dokes in the corner right now, and we already told you he's slimmed down. He's weighing 211 pounds compared to the 217 he went into that first fight on April the 19th. Ocasio will be 218. All right now, let's have our interview with Michael Dokes before the fight when we refer to that first go. Michael, if you felt you won that first fight, what do you base that on?
I based it on the amount of punches, 3 punches to 1. He threw 1 blow that landed. I threw a flurry of punches, maybe 5 or 6 punches, and out of those 6 punches, 3 of them were significant, effective punches, and he threw 1 effective punches, and I thought boxing was mostly based upon who hit the other guy the most.
Based on your analysis of that fight, what mistakes do you feel you made that you want to correct this time?
Well, about the only thing that I felt that I made, that I didn't take enough preparation for this fight, last fight, should I say, and I came in a little bit heavy, and I had a little obsession for the extra weight, thinking that it would make me have a much devastating blow, but I found that to be incorrect.
And, of course, you came down to Puerto Rico about a week before the last fight. You've been here 3 weeks, and, of course, you're more accustomed to the heat, and you're fighting in a different arena with more air conditioning than you had before. So maybe the heat won't take as much out of you as it did before.
Precisely, Dick. I've been down here close to 3 weeks. Last time I was down here 6 days. I got to work out 3 of those days out the last 6, and I'm sure this would make a substantial difference.
And both fighters have ambitions, no question about that. Dokes would like a shot at Jerry Cooney. Ocasio would like to fight Weaver, of course, here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. We'll be back with the fight in just a moment.
It's the win.
Here at Roberto Clemente Coliseum, Dick Stockton and Gil Clancy in the rules established by the Puerto Rico Athletic Commission. The fight will be scored on a 10-point must system with the referee and 2 judges scoring the fight. There'll be a mandatory 8 count in effect. The 3 knockdown rule is also in effect. If a fighter is knocked down 3 times in the same round, the fight is stopped. A fighter may be saved by the bell only in the final round. The referee is Ismael Quinones Falou. The judges, Cesar Ramos and Alan Daniel. In the first fight on April 19th, the referee voted a draw. One of the judges gave the nod to Dokes, 97-96, and the other judge, Ocasio, 97-96, about as close as you can get, Gil.
Couldn't be any closer.
There in the dark or red trucks, and the crowd is behind him. We have a sparse gathering here at the Coliseum, but they'll make up for that with their enthusiasm.
That's right. They're an enthusiastic crowd, Dick. Latin fans always are.
Ossie Ocasio weighing 218, 6 more than he did for that first fight, although we have a hunch he's a bit lighter than that 218. He looks trimmer than he did for the first fight. Michael Dokes, who weighed 217 the first time, is down to 211. He has a 7-pound weight advantage over Ocasio.
You know, he weighed 211, but he had his clothes on. He's probably 10 or 11 pounds lighter than he was for the last fight. Quite a difference.
Dokes is 21 years old, born in Akron, Ohio, lives in Lauderhill, Florida. Ocasio is 24. Nickname is Jaws. He was born in Trujillo Alto, Puerto Rico, now lives in the San Juan suburb of Santurce. So the rematch, as you look at Michael Dokes, ranked 3rd by the WBC, unranked by the WBA. The records, by the way, according to Ring Magazine, Ocasio is 10th ranked by the World Boxing Council, 7th ranked by the WBA, and we're underway in round 1. And Dokes right to work fast.
Dokes threw 2 low punches, 2 low left hooks, and Ocasio come out winging. Can't believe the 2 heavyweights could start this way. No caution. They just went out winging right away, both of them.
Both fighters thought they won that first time, and they want to make it stick this time. Ocasio in the dark trunks, Dokes in the white. Round one scheduled for 10. Dokes looks much quicker.
Yes, he does. Snapping those punches to the body. Oh, there's a third low blow by Mike Dokes. The referee's back was to the action, so he didn't see the punches. But he's already hit Ocasio low 3 times.
Prior to their fight April 19th here in San Juan, Dokes defeated Lucian Rodriguez in a 10-round decision. February 10th in Miami, and there goes Ocasio down on the deck. And Michael Dokes gave a look over here. He stunned him.
He's hurt, Dick. He's really hurt. Let's see if Dokes can get rid of him now. This is a surprise.
There it is.
He got hit with a left hook right on the button coming in.
He may not get up. Michael Dokes means business, and Ocasio is up.
He's up. Three knockdowns and the fight's over. Let's see what happens. He has plenty of time. He's got a minute and a half.
That's it. That's the end of the fight. That's the end of the fight. The 3 knockdown rule. It's over. A first round knockout for Michael Dokes. And Michael Dokes is elated. No question this time.
No, but they came out like 2 golden glovers. When you come out like that, something has to go. And Dokes landed the shots. Ocasio still doesn't know where he is.
A stunning first round knockout. Ocasio had lost only
now
one
we have another battle in the ring. Another battle.
We have a melee in the ring, and some of the fans, a couple of the fans have come in, and now the special police are in there, and now we have a lot of people in the ring who shouldn't be in there right now. Michael Dokes is being protected in his corner, and we're going to try and get him down here, but right now we have problems in the ring. We have tempers flaring in the ring, and the police are coming in. And I think at this point we have restored order, and I hope we have, Gil.
Yeah, well, this was an ugly scene, Dick. They were really throwing punches. There was one woman that came across.
There's a woman in there who wanted to take on Michael Dokes, who was saying, "Come on, let's fight," or one of Dokes' people. Obviously, the crowd here is stunned as Ocasio at seeing their man down so quickly in the first round.
Also, that 3 knockdown rule, they don't realize that that's in effect, and that's why the fight was stopped. 3 knockdowns.
3 knockdown rule, and there is Michael Dokes, well protected by his handlers here. He has scored a rapid first-round victory here at Roberto Clemente Coliseum, and he meant business. We'll be back to take another look at it in a moment.
My name is...
On CBS Sports, the Motorcycle Jump Challenge Series.
Good jump. Oh, he's in trouble. Boswell has crashed.
Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, the CBS Sports Spectacular highlights the Motorcycle Jump Challenge Series with Daredevil Gary Wells. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
We're back here in the Clemente Coliseum. Michael Dokes with a stunning first-round victory over Ossie Ocasio. He knocked down Ocasio 3 times, the 3 knockdown rule in effect, and he has won to remain undefeated at 18-0 in 1 draw and 9 knockouts. We're going to take a look before we talk to Michael Dokes of those knockouts. Here is Michael right now. All right, Michael, the thing you told me in the dressing room before that fight was, all right, you've been talking a lot about Jerry Cooney, who was impressive in beating Jimmy Young, but now you want Cooney.
First of all, Dick, I'd like to thank Mrs. King for giving me the camp, my sparring partners, Sergeant Rodriguez and Jerry Williams and Alani Smith, first of all, for getting me ready and getting me used to Ocasio for this training my manager, Carl King. I've been talking about Cooney. I heard so much about you and Gil, how y'all think he's the most impressive heavyweight, and that made me train even harder and to show you and Gil that, hey, I'm not out of the picture.
Mike, the one impression, the one thing I've got to say is this was a different Michael Dokes we saw this afternoon, and I don't think you prepared for that first fight as well as you should have.
Well, like I told you, I had more preparation for this fight. I had the mental attitude. I was fighting more or less for my pride. Everybody's saying that I didn't have it. I could take a punch. I said, well, I can take a punch. I'm going to see how good he can take one. So like you said, I was definitely a different fighter for this.
Mike, we felt that the way you should have fought Ocasio was just exactly the way you did. Instead of moving around in boxing, you have the fastest hands. You take a better punch than he does. I mentioned before the fight that if you fought him inside and just fought with him, I thought you'd stop him, and that's just the way it came out. I didn't expect it to be that fast, though, Mike.
Well, Gil, you're certainly right. Last time I was throwing a lot more harder punches. I got a new trainer. I had a little conflict last time. Me and Bobby Lewis been working on nothing but speed and accumulation of punches to take a guy out, and that's what I've been working on since the last time.
All right, Michael, we're going to take a look now at that entire round, and I want you to talk about what you had in mind when it started, and tell us, describe.
First of all, I was going to be relentless. I was talking about an abundance of punches. I wanted to throw a vast amount of punches, go to the body. I seen his midsection was soft. I was really anticipating him to try to be overconfident and punch with me. So I was just taking my time and picking my shot. He wasn't as strong as I thought he was going to be this time, and I was persistent to be relentless and just stay on him, make him move back. That was the first thing that Bobby wanted me to do, was push him back, keep him moving back. He was trying to tire me up. He was trying to hold and wrestle and to prevent the body shots that I was throwing at him.
You look much quicker. It was so obvious right off the top.
Well, I told you in the beginning, Dick, that I took off this weight, and I wasn't really counting on one punch. I didn't have the obsession to be with and that was the devastating left hook that I'm going to hit Cooney with as soon as he signs the fight. Now, I knew he was Uzi. He was going to try to come back and grab me, so I just counter-punched him with the left hook.
And, of course, you knew you had him, the 3 knockdown rule in effect.
Well, I didn't really know about the 3 knockdown rule, and I really it was irrelevant to me. All I wanted to do was to keep coming until the referee either pulled me off of him or he just decided to quit himself.
And you were so happy. You wanted to end this thing early, didn't you?
Not really, Dick. All I wanted to do was win and to prove to all the fans and the people that's been supporting me that I am still up there. And the first time it was just a mishap. I didn't have the right preparation. I got down here only 6 days, and it was a different story this time.
Excuse me, Gil.
Yeah, Mike, the big difference in this fight to me was the fact that you came out as fast as you did. Bobby Lewis gave you the right strategy, told you to back Ocasio up. When you fight a fella that's awkward the way Ocasio is, and you try to box him and move with a jab, he hits you from those long angles.
You're exactly right, Gil.
And I'm glad that Bobby picked it up. He must have picked it up from the film in the first fight. You came right out punching with him, backing him up, and boy, it sure was effective.
Yeah, well, that was definitely my motives to do, was to push him back and keep him going backwards. And he's not as effective as he is when he's coming forward, and I was leaning back, catching the end of punches.
A significant victory. We must keep in mind, of course, coming down here to fight Ossie Ocasio. Jimmy Young came down twice and came away a loser twice.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I also like to thank Monty Cohen. He did a little personal aid for me. I had a little injury 3 days prior to this fight. I couldn't cancel out. He came up with a miracle drug, and I would like to say, express my gratitude to him and say thank you, and to CBS and to you, Dick, even though you have different opinions.
Well, that's the nature of the game, but there was no question about the opinions today, and I want to say that Michael Dokes is manager, right, and now they're looking for bigger game, right?
Hello to my mother, first of all, and we want Jerry Cooney, the great white hoax. When Dokes meets the hoax, they'll all know who's the best heavyweight in the world.
All right. All right, so here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Michael Dokes has made quick work of Ossie Ocasio with a first-round knockout. Dropped him 3 times. And we're going to be back at Roberto Clemente Coliseum in just a moment.
Another heavyweight battle, unbeaten Michael Dokes against George